Welcome back, my favorite viewers at Kirk TV. This is your favorite TV station whereby we get to unpack all types of contents that relate to you. Today is on a Civic Wednesday. Civic Wednesday and civic education is everything we're unpacking today. Now, just to start with, we're going to start with the topic of political blame game in the country. Well, from 2017, after Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy president, that is Deputy President William Ruto, they came together in 2013. Remember, in that favorite union whereby they came together with the Jubilee Party from URP of Deputy President William Ruto and Jubilee Party, TNA for Uhuru Kenyatta, and they came together in 2013 just to march and come together with a coalition known as Jubilee Coalition, which that Jubilee Coalition, the Jubilee Party, was the one responsible, or it was the party that Uhuru Kenyatta won the elections via. That was in 2013. Now, from 2013, the government of Uhuru Kenyatta and Deputy President William Ruto has been running so smoothly as matters in the country, matters education, matters, developments. Well, to say is that the government in 2013 was running smoothly. But come 2017, something that not every Kenyan was expecting to happen, it really happened. And the big question was, who is to blame for what is happening in the country? Who is to blame on what is happening in the country? Who is to blame for underdevelopment? Who is to blame for under provision of education? Who is to blame for lack of peace in the country? And now, from that point in 2017, the Deputy President, Dr. William Ruto, and his president, his boss actually, Uhuru Kenyatta, they started backlashing. If you remember very well, that was actually after even the handshake, before and even after the handshake between His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta and the former opposition, because I do call him former because actually currently as we speak, is not in the opposition anymore, because right now they've come together with the government, that is Uhuru Kenyatta, just to run in one coalition known as the Azimio Coalition, Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya, whereby now Raila Odinga is actually aspiring now to become the president, or is in the campaign trail to try and see whether he'll become the president of the Republic of Kenya come August 2022, that is on 9th, when you guys just decide to go and vote. But now, let's look at the political blame game. How did it end up even? So just to unpack all this, I went to the streets of Nairobi. I've gone to some streets and some states of this country, some counties and some cities, whereby I tried to gather and collect just a few views from different Kenyans, just to see how do they feel of the political blame game, because this one blames this one. The Deputy President blames it on Uhuru Kenyatta, and Uhuru Kenyatta, the President himself, blames it on the Deputy President, Dr. William Ruto. Dr. William Ruto also throws his blows to the former opposition leader, that is Raila Odinga. So, who is to blame? Let's just look at this and just afterwards this and see what different Kenyans had to say about the political blame game in the country. It was one of the memorable political unions witnessed in the country since independence, with these two political bulls, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta and His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, coming together to bury down their political differences in 2013.
Nikotini inaamua rais ama ni nini? Wakenya ni wale wale, wembe ni ule ule.
Over the years, they say that one day in politics is similar to 365 days. From Tanga versus Kieleweke to handshake versus Kenya Kwanza. What has followed now is, after a long time of speculations that there were plans to impeach the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, by his second in command, Dr. William Ruto. Now, it has become a topic of the day, with political pundits calling it just a mere propaganda and a suicide bomb that would go off anytime on the faces of Kenyans as we head to the general elections this year.
Bring that kind of emotion. So I want to agree with many Kenyans who think that conversation has no place at this time.
Kenyans echoing some of the sentiments made by some of the leaders that this is just a mere political game, but which could have a catastrophic results to the Mwananchi.
Hiyo tunaweza sema ni siasa. Sababu ya nini? Hiyo kitu wangesema wakiwa wameanza kazi, na kuimpeach president mtu hawezi anza kama tamu imeisha.
Yani huyo ni kama kuchukua Wakenya kama hawafikirii ya kwamba kuna mahali tunaenda, kwa sababu hii nchi tumeiunda kwa msingi wa democracy.
Sasa ni vile wanasiasa waangalie sana venye wanaongea. Mambo ya impeachment wangeongea wakati ule, hapo tungejua ni kweli kulikuwa na hiyo mambo ya impeachment. Lakini kwa wakati huu tunajua tu ni mambo ya siasa. Kwa maana si mambo yako na msingi, si mambo tulijua, wanasema saa hii. Kwa wakati huu ndio wanasema yao maneno. Kwa hivyo si maneno tunasaongelea kusema kuna impeachment ilikuwa, kwa maana ni mtu aliona ni kama alisidwa, sasa anaona yeye aongelee mambo ya kuaibisha yule mwingine. Kwa hivyo wanaweza fanya hii nchi kuwe na mapigano, na hiyo ni kitu baya sana kuongea kwa ile kitu haina msingi.
Enyewe matamshi kama hayo ni matamshi yanaweza letea Kenya shida kubwa sana. Sasa ukikuja kutuchezea akili kama sisi wa Kenya, tunakuambia ushindwe katika jina la Yesu.
But with all this going on, politicians have decided to play a cat and mouse games with everyone pointing fingers to their opponents.
Never, I have never, and I will never, and it has never happened that I could be part of anything that would bring down the government of Kenya, and those who are spreading those lies, shame on you.
I'm not aware about those claims. Okay? So I have nothing to say. What do I want to say?
From the views by Kenyans, you've heard it that they say they had fears that such claims made on impeachment of President Uhuru Kenyatta that could lead this country into chaos, considering the fact that we are heading to the 2022 August polls this year. Reporting for Kirk TV, I'm Dennis Munene.
Well, actually, that's just a political blame game. That's a game that not everyone is familiar with. And it's only actually those people at the top, I think, only are familiar with the game. And actually, just to mention is that you've heard it from the Kenyans and just from some of the political leaders. You've heard Raila Odinga right there saying that he is not even aware of the claims that were said that allegedly that the Deputy President, His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, had some plans to impeach the President of the Republic of Kenya, that is the President himself, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Something that you don't understand, and actually my guest will be putting everything into perspective today, is that no one knows where was this, where did this even this misunderstanding come from? Because Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy, Dr. William Ruto, have been friends since 2013. So where the misunderstanding came from, I think it's only only them who are the top seats, and normally they're the only ones actually who can tell us what the problem is. But today on Civic Wednesday, actually immediately after, in a very few, we'll be having the guest lined up here. We'll be telling us what is not what and what is happening in the country, of course. Well, just to continue with the conversations, you can actually reach us out. Let the conversation start. Keep conversing with us via our social handles. That is Instagram, that is Twitter, that is TikTok, and also YouTube, and of course our SMS line. You can use the hashtags I support Kirk TV, hashtag Tujenge Kirk TV, at Munene Official, at Kirk TV Kenya. That's where you can start the conversation, and definitely I'll be reading some of your views, you as Kenyans. Now, moving forward, we've been having politics. We've been having crisis. We've been having crisis in the recent past when the cost of living has really hiked, and we've been putting all the blame. There have been claims everywhere that
the war in Ukraine versus Russia, the Ukraine versus Russia war is actually the main cause of what is happening in the country. Right now, the cost of living is actually not, it's above the common Mwananchi's earning in a day. That is because and a research that was conducted a few years ago, it shows that most of the Kenyans live below $1. What does that mean? It means that in a day, most Kenyans cannot afford 3 meals a day. So, in Kenya, in this republic of ours, a few days ago we've had the hike of unga prices. Actually, 2 packets of unga could go for around 230 shillings to 250 Kenya shillings. But now, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the president of the Republic of Kenya, gave a directive that the country and the millers should actually lower the prices of unga to 100 shillings, 100 Kenya shillings, whereby now every common Mwananchi, that's the estimated amount that every Mwananchi can actually acquire in a day or even earn a day. So now, well, that directive came along with a lot of critics. Some saying that it's a project, it's politics. Why should he even lower the prices when we are heading to the general elections? We already know that His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta is supporting the Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate Raila Odinga. So we actually believe that this is just a politics. So I just went to the streets and just to meet some of the few Kenyans who just gave me their perspective and their voice. And here is their voice about the politics of unga. Let's see. Well, a very good morning. We're just live from the Nairobi CBD, whereby we're just here to speak to some of the citizens of this area. And no, just a few hours, the President of the Republic of Kenya, the President, His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta, gave a directive to subsidize the price of flour and the price of unga in the country after hiking for a period of at least 1 month, selling at a price of 230 shillings per packet. Now today, we are in the CBD just to talk to citizens and know what they feel about the reduction and subsidizing of unga to the common Mwananchi, and know to them, is it just politics or is it just something that was supposed to happen? Is it something of coincidence or is it something that had been planned to happen? Well,
hiyo ni siasa. Juu tangu mimi nizaliwe hatujakuwa na shida ya chakula ya unga, lakini warudishe unga iwe 100, tutakuwa sawa. Siasa ya chakula isiwekwe hapo juu, mwananchi wa kawaida ndio anafinyiriwa.
Hata mimi ningefurahia vile unga imeanguka, na pia waangalie mambo mengine kama mafuta, gas. Hii tunanunua, hata mimi kwangu natumia mafuta hata juu gas ilinishinda. Mambo ya shule pia wametukimbisha sana, hata watoto wetu wako kwa manyumba. Unaona, serikali iangalie sana. Sasa hii wasitudanganye jumebaki hizo 18 days wakuwa wanaangusha unga ndio wachaguliwe. Mwenye ataingia kwa serikali pia aangalie wananchi sana, juu Wakenya wamekasirika. Ukweli Wakenya wamekasirika juu ya vile wameendesha maisha. Mimi sijawahi nunua unga 200 na, lakini saa hizi penye serikali imetufikisha, kwa uhakika Wakenya wamekasirika, lakini hiyo wajaribu kurekebisha sana.
The president has stated very clearly that keep off politics, mambo ya unga. Mambo ya unga, everybody iwe wewe uko kwa Kenya Kwanza unakula kwako, iwe uko kwa Azimio lazima watu wakule kwako.
To me, I'm seeing it's hardly practicable because already people have stocked in their shops, and from my point of view, I'm reading politics in all this, because initially we were told that the war between Russia and Ukraine is the one that is causing things to go up. But now the war is still going on, but things are coming down. Which means I think it is all about politics, and Kenyans should be careful. It is a big shame if Kenya, we cannot produce our own maize, enough maize. You have to rely to be affected by something that is going on in North Europe. Because like now, over 58 years after independence, Kenya should not be importing maize, wheat, oil. We should be a food sufficient country, but because of bad politics, that's...
To us at the moment is business as usual. I mean, that's the way we are doing it. Honestly, and I don't know whether that way we are operating outside the law or we are within the law. That I don't know. But I heard the announcement. In fact, personally, I watched the president. And with all the due respect, I said, yes, that's good. But now how to get to that price is what I haven't known as yet. There's a problem.
They did it so randomly.
So fast, So fast. And also, you see now, I'm also wondering, will it be the same package that is in the shop? Or is it coming with a different package? How shall we be able to differentiate what is subsidized and what is not subsidized? That's another issue that I would also want.
Well, welcome back. That's Onga politics. That's the politics of Onga. You've had it. Now, we don't know, is it politics or is it that now the President Uhuru Kenyatta himself found out that now Kenyans are really, undergoing, a really tough moment of hiking of prices of unga and other commodities like fuel, which now currently fuel is actually now going for 159 shillings for 1 liter of petrol, and of course 140 shillings, roughly 140 shillings for diesel. Well, actually, those are just some of the views of those Kenyans. I don't know, what's your take on that? But just to communicate and just converse with me about your take on that, you can actually keep reaching us out. You can actually keep communicating to us, actually. You can reach us out via our social media and handles, that is Instagram, that is Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, at Kirk TV Kenya. Kirk TV Kenya on Facebook, Kirk TV Kenya on Twitter, Kirk TV Kenya on Instagram. Use the hashtag I support Kirk TV, hashtag Tujenge Kirk TV. You can also reach me out at Munene Official, or you can also send your SMS via our SMS line, which is 0111 22 0044. Now, moving on forward is now the worry at the ballot. This is what every Kenyan is talking about. This is the talk of the day. What do we expect come 9th of August? This is when we decide on who to put in power, who will lead us for the next 5 years, 5 constitutional years that have been put in place to know who is the right person to lead us all through that. Well, we've been having cases with people like Mike Sonko. We've had cases with people like Evans Kidero, who were impeached by their county governments. But now, they really want now to run for other positions, for political positions in other counties. Sorry. Now, focusing our issue today, we focus on Evans Kidero and Mike Sonko. Are they really fit to run for other positions in other counties, considering the fact that they had been impeached earlier on, actually specifically in Nairobi County? What's your take on this? Well, here is just but a short clip of how Kenyans viewed the issue and what's their worry when it comes to the political voting booth that will be happening in the 9th of August 2022. Have a look. As we head to the general elections this year, various puzzles unveiling each day in the political arena, and one would really wonder, what does it mean to be in a political and a democratic country like Kenya? In the recent past, we have had various political leaders and holders of public offices like members of parliament, governors, and senators impeached, and also some surviving the cutting edge of the impeachment, accused of poor management of public office or embezzlement of public funds. The likes of the two ex-Nairobi County governors, Evans Kidero and Mike Mbuvi Sonko, who now both are seeking to run for gubernatorial race in the forthcoming general elections in Homa Bay and Mombasa counties, respectively.
Na ningesi watu wetu wale ambao wako na marafiki wawe wa Kisii. Tunaenda kuunganisha Wakenya wote wanaoishi Mombasa.
Others that survived the impeachment are the current Embu County Governor Martin Nyaga Wambora and Taita Taveta County Governor Granton Samboja. In all cases, petitions filed against them for misusing public funds, and for those that never survived the impeachment like Mike Sonko and his colleague Evans Kidero, are now cleared by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to be in the ballot this year. causing an uproar within the citizens. Do they fit for the positions? Will they manage the new counties they intend to run for? And is this a loophole in the Kenyan constitution?
Hao watu si ati wamebadilika. Bado walienda kotini, hawakwenda kotini. IEBC kwa rushwa waliimpeachwa na wale watu ambao wachaguliwa na raia. Tunakuchagua wewe ndio tusimamie. Sasa hawa watu tumewachagua ende watusimamie, wanaona wewe sio mzuri. IEBC inasema wewe ni mzuri, kurushia usimame tena. Hii ndio kiangalia hiyo, there is weakness somewhere. Hatuamini hata wao, sababu kama wanakubalisha watu kama wao, na sisi ndio tunachagua wewe ndio ukatusimamie. Alafu wewe ukienda huko uone wewe sio mzuri. Ukiona sio mzuri umpiche aende nyumbani. Alafu baadaye akuje ati IEBC mkubalisha simame.
Anasimama tena.
Anasimama tena kiaje? How?
Something that IEBC forgets is that we the people is who we have the voice. Kura ni yetu na sisi ndio tutajua nani tutapatia. Kama ni mkora asipatiwe kura na watu. Hatutaki waizi kwa serikali. Tunataka kuendelea kama nchi. Hao watu wanaturudisha nyuma bana. Hata IEBC kikubalisha ati mtu alipelekwa kotini akaimpichiwa. Sisi ndio tuko na kura, sio IEBC. What IEBC does is looking at our votes, how we vote. So I mean hasura.
Hiyo sio okay. Juu kwa sababu kama hakuwa na makosa ama hakuwa amepora mali ya watu, angesimama tu hapa tu Nairobi alikuwa. Anahama kwa nini?
Sasa huwezi jua kama ni ukweli ama ni uongo ama ni kuzingitiwa, juu hatuonagi action. Kuna action tu ya mtu mmoja alishafungwa na akafuriziwa na akaambiwa anyimwe mastakabadhi za kusimama kitu kama uchaguzi ama kitu kingine pahali. Ingakuwa ni poa. Lakini sasa hata mtushinde tukisema pesa iliendanga. Hatujaiona action ya mtu mmoja amefungwa ama akaachiliwa ama tukaambiwa pesa ile alikuwa ameiba ni na hii imerudi. Thibitisho ya wananchi itakuwa ni gani? Hivyo tutasikiaga tu ziliendanga. Hii kitu inaandikwa tu kwa TV kwa leo siku 2-3 ikitoka kwa TV hiyo mambo imeisha. For example ukiangalia kama gavana wetu Kidero si alikuwa na kesi. Sasa kila mtu alisasa hiki na hiyo makesi ni kweli juu ya mashida. Na sasa kama mwananchi wa kawaida kesi kama hizo huwezi fuatilia juu ya nini? Mashida zile uko nazo.
Heading to the general elections this year, it is now evident that Kenyans are really worried for the clearance of particular candidates to run for various posts in the upcoming general elections by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Committee. Reporting for Kirk TV, I'm Dennis Munene, Nairobi. Well, that's the big question. What's your worry when you go to vote in when you go to vote on 9th of August 2022? What's your biggest worry? Talk to me via our social media handles. That is Twitter at Kirk TV Kenya, Instagram Kirk TV Kenya, Facebook at Kirk TV Kenya. Remember also this show is also live at Kirk TV Kenya. That is on Facebook and also YouTube. You can also follow us. You can also follow us via those social media handles. You can also reach me out via at Munene Official, that is on Twitter, and at Munene Dennis _official on Instagram. You can also send your SMS, that is via our SMS line 0111220044. That's actually the SMS line that you can just reach me out. Just remind you, this is the Kirk TV Partnership Week, whereby we have special plans for you just to make sure that we partner with you this whole week. And today is on a Civic Wednesday, matters civic education concerning the voter as we head to the general election this year, which is proposed to happen on the 9th of August 2022. Now, we take a very short and very quick commercial break. We'll be back with News Bites with Ida Mwananchi. Right here, will be joining me on a Civic Wednesday and give us what happened actually last night from the presidential debate. Civic Wednesday, we examine your readiness for the forthcoming general elections as a voter. Join me, Dennis Munene, as we put every matter into context. Kumbuka, kura yako ni haki yako.
My name is Moaz Jamal. I'm the Managing Director of Associated Motors Limited. Associated Motors introduced the Isuzu brand of commercial vehicles into Kenya a little over 55 years ago. We've been with Family Bank a little over a year now. We've had a very good experience. There's always interaction between ourselves and the team at Family Bank. They've worked with us very much as part of the AM family. As a partner, they've always wanted to understand our business. In many ways, the name of the bank reflects what they do.
Our customers are family, and we want you to know that you can always bank on family.
Are you ready for Israel? PCEA head office is pleased to inform all presbyteries, parishes, churches, congregations and friends of our PCEA annual trip to Israel. The 10-day trip to the Holy Land will happen this September from the 18th to 27th, 2022. The trip to Israel through Egypt will include visit sites like the pyramids, Mara, the Hanging Church, the Burning Bush, Mount Sinai, and then to Israel through the Suez Canal. That will include visits to the Dead Sea, Kibbutz, the Menja, the Temptation Mount, Gethsemane, Old Jerusalem, Caesarea Park, St. Peter's in Galligantu, Emmaus, Capernaum, Jordan River, Galilee, among others. We would love to have you join us on this annual trip to Israel. For bookings, contact Rose on 0721 511 524 or 0721 511 524. Five people, five things for Kirk TV. This partnership week, we urge you, our viewer, to set aside 5 minutes to do the following. Ask 5 people to pray for Kirk TV. Request 5 people to tell 5 people about Kirk TV. Encourage 5 new people to watch our amazing programs. Ask 5 people to partner with Kirk TV for whatever amount and make a monthly commitment. And guide 5 people to like, follow and subscribe on Kirk TV social media pages. 5 minutes, 5 people, 5 things for Kirk TV. Pamoja tujenge Kirk TV.
Rafiki wa karibu na uwe partner. Ukisema ya kwamba utakuwa ukiwapatia 100 shillings, hata hiyo ni kubwa sana kwao. Ukisema ni 200, ukisema ni 1000, ukisema utaweza 5000, ni wewe tu utaamua. Lakini ikiwa consistent, tuseme ya kwamba ni mwezi, nikisema ya kwamba nitakuwa nikiwapatia mwezi kiasi hiki, ni kuendelea tu na kuwapatia na kuwashikilia. Kushikilia hiyo ni kama tunaenda mission. Sisi tunaenda mission.
To partner with us, send your financial support to pay bill number 401-9613, account partner. Paybill number 401-9613, account partner.
Keep it Kirk now and going forward. We have a lot of family programs, and this being a Christian commercial station, we will partner with you as institutions, as individuals, so that we are able to reach out to the entire world. One person said that my parish is the entire world, and I believe that Kirk TV is going globally, and therefore bring your business. We are going to advertise it and also partner with you.
I support Kirk TV. Tujenge Kirk TV. To partner with us, send your financial support to paybill number 401-9613, account partner. Paybill number 401-9613, account partner.
Be a partner with us, willingly, motivated by God, and give generously. Give generously. And this will be a partner, and please again I plead with you, support Kirk TV. One, by appreciating it, turn on to it so that you watch what is going on. And do give us some comment, whether you write or you SMS or whatever, do make some comment. So that whatever we do, we need to be encouraged. We want to hear from you, talk to us, and there are ways of doing so. The reason why I'm saying this, it is emphasis, even by your financial support. Every contribution you give will keep us tuned on, and be in the air. So that anytime you turn on, we are there. We will be getting help from you, and the good Lord will be speaking to us, and we shall be in the air.
I support Kirk TV. Tujenge Kirk TV. To partner with us, send your financial support to paybill number 401-9613, account partner. Paybill number 401-9613, account partner.
Four points as to why we need partners. Number one, it is because partnership and partnering is biblical. That is the model of mission which is demonstrated in the Bible. That even Jesus Christ had to partner with the 12, and then he commissioned them so that they may partner with the rest of the world. That is point number one. Point number two is so that you become part of this great mission. So we partner so that we become part of the mission. Without partnering, you cannot be part of the mission. One of the values in the Presbyterian Church of East Africa is that nobody in the mission should be a spectator. Come so that you become part of us, we do mission together. How do you do it? Become a partner of Kirk TV. Number three, we partner so that you may tap the blessings of the mission. So once you partner, as we continue to evangelize, we reach those people who are unreached, you become or you tap part of the blessings you get through partnership. And that is very important for everybody to come so that we can join together as we tap the blessings of doing mission together. Finally, it is because we need to expand together. Kirk TV is expanding. Kirk TV is growing, and that is why we see the viewership growing.
Welcome back. It's on a Civic Wednesday. It's actually 5 minutes past 9, and I'm joined by my colleague here, Ida Munzati, with the News Bites, just to tell us what happened last night in the debate. Sorry to say, it was like an interview. How was it, Ida?
For me, the fault, I'll give the fault to the candidates who did not attend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you might say it was an interview, but all in all, whoever came and they sold their manifesto to Kenyans.
Oh, there we saw Wajakoya arriving and he said that he'll not attend. We also saw Ruto, he attended. Raila Odinga and already said that he is not attending, and actually
he did not.
He did not attend. So what was there? What do you have today?
All right, so we'll start by looking at what exactly happened during the presidential debate, as Dennis puts it. So we will look at the Deputy President William Ruto, who is the presidential candidate of Kenya Kwanza, of his sentiments on the Kerio Valley fights as well as deaths that are happening in the different areas of the Kerio Valley region, as well as why the Kimwarer and the Aror dams failed. So we'll just listen to what the Deputy President William Ruto had to say in regards to that. Then Dennis, you will comment on that?
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
All right, so we can just listen into what he had to say.
We had close to 5,000 National Police Reserve. In fact, we have we'd even moved a step forward to provide armored vehicles to make sure that we can follow whoever these criminals are, right? We had a plan. Unfortunately, that plan was frustrated. And you know, the plan was, let's provide a National Police Reserve. Then let us construct the roads. Then let's provide water infrastructure. And then let's provide school infrastructure. That way, you ease out people from that situation where they are today to a new environment where they appreciate education, they have food to eat, their animals have water and pasture, and then you can develop that region. In fact, in my mind, that's where the future of Kenya is.
That's Deputy President William Ruto yesterday in the debate, whereby he was, tasked just a few questions, and I think the hardest question that I heard him, he was tasked. It was about he's in the government. He's still in the government. Then why are the things that he's saying that he has not yet accomplished, and yet he's the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya?
He's still blaming the government that he
exactly.
And there's a question that got me interested, or just some of his comments. Him saying that the government is trying to punish him in regards to the fights that are ongoing, and the deaths as well that are ongoing in the Kerio Valley. And also the Aror and Kimwarer dams. What do you think, Dennis? Do you think the government can punish someone to an extent of people dying just for the government to prove a point, or to punish its deputy president?
Well, what I would say about that issue is that from where I see it, I don't think that the government could be that petty, actually. The government cannot be that petty for them just to decide to punish you because of maybe something or a scandal that you were involved with. And of course, at that time, there's some citizens who will be suffering for that scandal that you claim to be punished for maybe causing, or maybe you performed that time.
All right. So those are comments or reviews that you'll be getting in our social media pages. Remember, we also aired the live presidential debate from the Cooperative University, so you can just follow us on all our social media pages just to see how exactly the presidential debate. We have actually cut the bites into bits so that you understand the different topics and subjects that were being discussed during the presidential debate. And just sticking to the presidential debate, let us listen in to David Waihiga Mwaore of what exactly he had to say in terms of corruption, as well as bringing down the cost of living.
It's a serious matter, and I have not just said. In Kenya, we're facing problems at two levels. There's what you refer to Simiriti. There's what I consider as a short term, and there is a long term. Up until we called for the reduction, for the reintroduction of the foods of the unga subsidy, unga was retailing going on to about 250. It was after we had announced in our manifesto that we would bring that. Thankfully, it's been brought down. But that's not all. And I'm glad that we are leading and others are following. We still know that the price of cooking oil is very high. I think now it's about 400. Bread has not come down, retailing 90, 100. Fuel is still at high prices. And those are immediate things. We don't need to wait to restructure our loan, or we don't want to wait, because those are some of the solutions I have had, to plant a kind of plant, probably, and wait for it to be harvested. We don't have to wait, because Kenyans are hungry. They need immediate results. And what I have done, and you'll find that in my manifesto, we sat down with my team of experts and thought, what is the immediate? And our proposals have come in threesome. There was unga, which has been done. Thank you very much. We thank His Excellency, the President. But in the same measure, we say also other things could have come down. But we have said we shall introduce subsidies into other food products. That's number one. Number two, we have also said that we are going to reduce pay by 50% so that Kenyans can have money they can take home with. And that is something that will benefit about 16, 17 million Kenya shillings. If you are earning about 25,000, you'll be able to take an extra 1,000. If you are earning about 35, 40, that's another 4,000. We have also come and said to spur growth, throw some money into the economy. We shall waive away tax penalties that are accrued after the day we are sworn.
So those are sentiments from the presidential candidate David Waihiga Mwaure, just sharing of how he will fight corruption in case he becomes the 5th president of Kenya, as well as how he would bring down the cost of living. Dennis, I don't know what exactly do you think about leaders' sentiments, especially those that are vying, including the presidential candidates? What do you think of their sentiments or their views in terms of bringing down the cost of living? I feel like they're beating around the bush. I mean, what exactly are they supposed to do, and what exactly will they do? Actually,
Ida, I heard the same point, because last night we heard Wahiga, David Mwaure, he was asked a question about where he will get the money from. And he says that he is going to take over leadership that is already corrupt. So then how are you going to make sure that this corruption that you found, that you're going to make it, look a bit, cleanse it? But he was unable to answer that. So I also think that now leaders are beating around the bush, and they are lacking and they're missing the point of how they can really fight corruption in this country. I really don't feel that we still have that point of how they can really fight corruption.
All right, so dear viewer, you can share in your comments as well as questions in terms of what exactly or how do you think Kenya can fight corruption as well as bringing down the cost of living? I know that everyone is affected in terms of the cost of living. So just share with us your comments as well as questions on our SMS number, which is also our WhatsApp number. That is 0111220044. And Dennis Monene will be happy and glad to continue reading your comments as well as questions. So just sticking to the presidential debate that happened yesterday night, we have those that attended the presidential debate and we have those that did not attend the presidential debate. Let's listen into what Wajakoya had to say. Remember, he just visited the premises where the presidential debate was happening, but he did not attend the presidential debate. Let us listen into what he had to say.
I've come to confirm, because this thing is too far, sorry, because they never responded to my letter. And if the media wants to corrupt the intelligence of this society, if the media wants to run corruption in this country, if the media itself can do what they have done, to hell with them. Where's Mr. Omari?
Na kwa ufupi ni kwamba utafanya mjadala.
I am not going to unless we are four.
Right, that is the Roots Party presidential candidate Wajakoya just sharing his sentiment and saying why he did not or he could not be part of the presidential debate. Dennis, do you think he was avoiding something, or indeed he wanted to be among the two bigwigs of the presidential debate?
Well, I'll answer that question in two different ways. Number one, whatever Wajakoya did yesterday was his decision, and maybe his handlers gave him that idea, do not attend the debate, not unless you're for. I don't think that was the best idea to do that, actually, because what does it mean when you snub a debate and you're a presidential candidate? I mean, we expected you to be there and represent what you want to do for us as Kenyans. Secondly, I think I also am for the idea of why didn't the panel have the four candidates in one podium? So I think at one point Wajakoya is right for snubbing the debate, for not having the other candidates with him at the podium. Yes.
But I think there were rules that were set very early, depending on the polls. And as I was just sharing with Faith yesterday, in your house or in your premises, there has to be rules, and those were the rules of the presidential candidate as well as the deputy presidential debate. Those were the rules. And if if the Media Council of Kenya saw that they cannot be the four of them in the podium, then I think the candidates are just to follow.
And you see,
the rules.
There's also this point of the Media Council of Kenya. You know, media is independent. You cannot compromise media. So I think they also had to stick to the rules maybe they had, and of course the principles that they had to have the debate. I think you have a point.
So do you. So what's your take on Raila Odinga as well? Him snubbing the debate and just continuing with campaigns, with his campaigns yesterday, that is in Meru. So what's your take on that? Is it the same as, and do you think that David Waihiga Mwaore and the Deputy President William Ruto attending the presidential debate, they will sway in a number of Azimio la Umoja supporters to their side?
That's a critical question, Ida. But what I can say is this, Raila Odinga snubbing the debate is a failure. On one side, it's a failure. Because look at Raila Odinga. He has a great following. He has his followers. And you know, these followers, just like I've said about the issue of Wajakoya, I mean, you have followers who need, and I mean, in the last deputy presidential debate, somebody said that the intention of having a debate is not pleasing your followers. Is to sway in that group of, or rather that crowd that doesn't follow you. You see, the undecided group. So, if you don't attend the debate, then that means that you're not able to sway in the crowd that is undecided to either follow you or not follow you.
And don't you think that can happen in campaigns as well? Don't you think he did the same when he was in Tharaka Nithi yesterday?
The cheering squad is always that supports you. What about that doesn't cheer? It means that doesn't cheer. You should even come up with a platform whereby now you bring them together and tell them, this is why these people cheer on me. So Raila Odinga snubbing the debate, to me, that wasn't the best idea of he could do. That wasn't the best idea, actually. Yes.
Right. So what exactly do you think of Raila and Wajakoya snubbing the presidential debate that was happening yesterday? Remember, as I said, he was campaigning in Tharaka Nithi, that is in Meru. Let us just listen in as well as watch what exactly Raila Odinga was doing and the blessings he got from the wazes in Tharaka Nithi.
Hawa wote wewe sasa ni president wa Kenya bila wasiwasi na bila uoga, upitie katikati kama shujaa ya Kenya, sawa sawa. Mama, na wewe ndio unashikilia mzee sawa sawa. Na unajua mahali kuna mama hapa haribiki. Huyu ndio utakuwa unamchunga, na pia uangalie mambo yote ya kina mama wa Kenya. Mzee akiwa anasahau unamkumbusha. Kwa hivyo chukua usukani huu, na sisi tumemwombea muwe ndio mnaongoza hii Republic of Kenya. Asante sana mzee, na Mungu akubariki.
Asante. Tukifanya haya, Kenya itainuka na tutawacha Kenya kwa jamii ambayo inakuja kama iko katika hatua ambayo inatakikana. Hiyo ni madhumuni yetu. Kwa hivyo natoa shukrani sana kwenu. Yule mwenyekiti ambaye aliongea hapo mbele amesema taja maneno kadhaa. Kwa mfano ameongea juu ya mambo ya Igembe campus. Akasema inatakana inuliwe iwe Contextual College ya Chuka University. Hiyo tunaweza kufanya chini ya siku 100 tukishika hatua atamu ya utawala. Vile vile ameongea juu ya mambo hapa. Hii serikali sema inataka kujenga kusaidia kujenga cultural center hapa ya Mwananchi. Nimeongea na bwana Kiraitu hapo, ameniambia mimi hiyo tayari imeanza lakini ina sita. Tena nimemwambia yeye ndani ya siku 100 tutaona kama hiyo kazi inaendelea inakwisha. Kuna mambo zingine ambayo wamenieleza, mambo ya mabarabara panatakana itengenezwe hapa na kadhalika. Hayo yote tutaangalia, manaki kazi ya barabara ndio mimi najua zaidi. Nyinyi najua hata hii barabara ilipokuwa imekwama hii ya Meru Maua, mimi ndio nilitengeneza nikiwa waziri wa barabara na ujenzi. Hata ile kutoka pale mpaka pitie Mikinduri kiingie Maua ilikuwa ni kazi yetu.
Well, those are sentiments of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga when he snubbed the presidential debate yesterday night just to continue campaigning in the different areas of Meru. As we've seen, he received blessings from the Wazes in Tharaka Nithi. Dennis, what exactly do you think of Raila Odinga's support in that particular area?
Well, Raila Odinga is history. History is there. Raila Odinga has not been having a mass following from the area of Mlima, as they call it. And Mlima ni kama nowadays imeanza kumkubali. The Mlima has become itelezi tena. So Raila Odinga is slowly catching up with the Mlima. The people from Tharaka Nithi, people from Embu County, people from Kirugoya, Kirinyaga, all those places. I feel that Raila is already now is catching up now with the pace of that place. Yes. All right.
So we move on from the presidential debate and let us listen in from President Uhuru Kenyatta when he was in Naivasha yesterday. He keeps on saying that he is not campaigning for Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga. Let us listen in to what exactly he had to say in terms of Kenyans supporting Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate Raila Amolo Odinga.
Kuongea siasa, lakini ningewaomba tu kwa heshima. Kuna mzee mwingine ambaye anatembea hata akiwa mzee. Uzee sio ugonjwa. Ama ni namna gani? Amtafuti mtu mnapatia kazi ati aende akakimbie marathon. Tuko na Kipchoge atakimbia mbio. Ama ni namna gani? Tunatafuta mtu ambaye ako na fikira, ako na hekima, ako na unyenyekevu, anapenda watu yake na ako na ujuzi wa kusema wacha tukae pamoja, tutembee pamoja. Ama ni namna gani? Na tena mimi sijataja mtu, mimi sifanyi kampeni. Ama ni namna gani? Mimi sijasema chochote.
Well, that's what President Uhuru Kenyatta had to say in terms of campaigning for Raila Odinga, uzee si ugonjwa, na kama ni mbio wacha Kipchoge Keino akakimbie. Dennis, do you feel like he's campaigning for Raila Odinga or he's not campaigning for him?
I mean, these are political these are political mind games. Is he saying that uzee si ugonjwa? I mean, what are you saying? Uzee si ugonjwa. It's true, uzee si ugonjwa actually, but I mean, you're in Azimio la Umoja. The Jubilee Party is in Azimio la Umoja. When Martha Karua was in the debate, she actually said that
he's the chair.
Yeah, Uhuru Kenyatta is the chair. I don't get the point where the president himself says that he's not supporting Raila Odinga. But what I can say is that uzee si ugonjwa, and of course politics is not marathon. It's not like a sprint that you just shoot. Politics is gradual,
step by step.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we'd like to hear your comments on what exactly we've aired, the different sound bites that we've just played for you in terms of the presidential debate that happened yesterday, as well as President Uhuru Kenyatta's bites, or President Uhuru Kenyatta's remarks in terms of campaigning for Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga, but he is still saying that he's not campaigning for Raila Odinga. Share with us your comments as well as questions on our SMS number 0111220044, and we will be glad to respond to them as well as read your comments. So now let us look at the preparations of the August 9th poll in terms of the IEBC defending the Venezuelans. Dennis, what's your take on that, the IEBC and the Venezuelans as well as the DCI?
Okay, I feel there's a spike of fall that is loading. From where I sit, I just see a spike of fall that is somewhere just looming, and we actually don't know what is awaiting us as Kenyans come 9th of August 2022, and that's exactly what we are going to discuss with my guest actually today. They're going to put everything and tell us, I mean, what are we expecting? Why should IEBC start fighting off DCI? Why should even DCI go to investigate IEBC officials, who IEBC claim to be the officials anyway? I'm not sure about that, whether they are officials, but it says to be confirmed. But of course, Wafula Chebukati said that there are IEBC officials who had come to the country with, of course, state matters about elections. But this point of IEBC and DCI, I mean, that's a war that we are just starting as Kenyans. And I just saw a comment somewhere in the social media saying, the issue of Chebukati and the DCI fighting off back time and forth, it might lead us to some problem that we don't know, and we are just not praying. We're just praying for that not to happen come 9th of August 2022. Yes.
All right, so on the same, the IEBC is to give a statement in regards to their preparations or to their readiness in terms of the August polls, as well as the topic on the Venezuelans, as well as the investigations from the DCI. But just to give you, or just to put you up to speed in terms of the elections, 46,228 KIMS kit will be delivered countrywide for the elections. 7 polling stations in Kimilili, that is, have been merged to 3, and we'll also have 6 backup kits at each county. That is according to the IEBC, or the chair of IEBC, Wafula Chebukati. And as I said earlier, they'll continue giving statements even as we approach the August polls. And just to move on swiftly, let us look at the Nithi River accident that happened during the weekend. So far, 35 people have died. We have 10 survivors, and the NTSA is to give a report today on the same. So Dennis, what exactly do you think of the accident that happened at Nithi River?
That's a tragedy, Ida. That's a tragedy, and we cannot just celebrate a tragedy. And what I can say is that, kindly, you know, I'm not sure whether this is the first time that this driver was on that road, and we don't want to put a blame on him or neither of anybody who was in that car. No, we don't want to talk about that. But what I could say is this: let's just maintain safety. Yeah, let's just maintain safety. You know, the Nithi Bridge is just considered to be a black spot. I mean, just let's just maintain safety in the roads, wherever you're driving from Mombasa to Nairobi, Mombasa to Kakamega, wherever you're just driving to, just keep safe. Because, you see, that accident has costed the lives of 35 people, and 10 survivors of actually, they are in critical condition, actually, I believe that. Then let's wait what NTSA will say today, but the point is, let's maintain safety in our roads.
All right, and as you put it that way, Dennis, according to the 10 survivors, or a few of the 10 survivors that were interviewed, the car or the vehicle or the bus was actually faulty even before beginning the journey. So I think it's up to us as passengers to also talk and say of what exactly is happening. Do not wait until you lose a life, lose a loved one, or even get injuries for you to talk about what exactly is happening. As we mentioned, NTSA will be giving a report on the same, and so far 35 people have died, 10 and we have 10 survivors. Moving on, let us look at Magoha's remarks in terms of him referring to a female journalist from NTV as Al-Shabaab. Dennis, being a journalist, what's your remark on that?
Well, Magoha was, Magoha, I just think that Magoha was just cautious. I don't know, did you say where he was addressing the media from what place? Okay. Well, but I think just Magoha was just being cautious, because nowadays you don't know who is who. And but still, let me come to your point that you want to bring out. It's not the right thing. I don't think you should just, you should not just look upon a journalist just because he's just come to ask you a question. I mean, why should you refer to a journalist as an Al-Shabaab? I mean, that was not in good context. To me, it wasn't nice.
All right, let us listen in from what Muslim leaders have to say. They are saying that President Uhuru Kenyatta should actually fire the CS of Education, Professor George Magoha. Let us listen in to what exactly Magoha said and responses from the different Muslim leaders, including Duale.
The government of the Republic of Kenya. Kwanza wewe unatoka wapi? Nairobi. Who are you representing? Because if you are representing Al-Shabaab, I will not answer you. Which TV station? NTV. NTV. Yes, NTV is a good station. So I will
We are calling upon the NCIC to take immediate action against the CS, the Media Council of Kenya to take it up, and the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta, the appointing authority to sack the CS.
Viongozi wa Kiislamu katika nchi hii ya Kenya, tumesikitishwa sana na tukio ambapo waziri wa elimu katika nchi hii Profesa George Magoha anaonekana akimshambulia mwanahabari wa kike kwa sababu ya mavazi yake ya Kiislamu na kumuona kama kuwa alikuwa anawakilisha kundi la kigaidi.
You don't deserve to be a minister in a government of Kenya under the new constitution. We are telling you, shame on you. And Uhuru Kenyatta shall sack you. And we ask Nation Media Group, we ask Kenya Union of Journalists, the Media Council, the NCIC, Magoha should apologize and should resign.
Well, those are very unfortunate words from the CS of Education, Professor George Magoha. And I want to concur with the leaders, especially Duale, when he says he's really waiting to hear what exactly the Media Council of Kenya will say, NCIC, as well as the Nation Media, what exactly will they say. And I concur with you, Dennis, that that's very unfortunate. I mean, how I dress and how exactly I look should actually not be linked to any militia group. Yeah,
that's so true. And, doesn't mean now it's just like I've just put on my bui. Doesn't mean now that I'm an Al-Shabaab.
I mean, that's how they dress.
That's stereotype, and I think Magoha should actually, maybe whoever is concerned, NTV, Nation Media Group, that is the NCIC, maybe they can sit down and look at what led to that issue and how it can be solved. And
I also feel like Magoha came to realize that what he had said was a mistake when he said NTV is actually a good station. So I think it doesn't matter what exactly the station that you're coming from, neither does it matter the religion or the tribe that you're coming from. A journalist is a journalist and a Kenyan is a Kenyan. Well, that's all we had for you on Newsbite. Dennis Monene, back to you.
All right, now that's me now. This is Civic Wednesday, and of course that has been Ida Mwananchi with News Bites today on the 27th of July on a Wednesday. Now we are going to have candid conversations with my guests right here immediately after these, after a very short quick break that we'll be having after maybe like a few minutes to come on. And now we have I'll be hosting a different guest and different panelists who will talk about the current affairs to do with the elections that are supposed to happen on the 9th of August. See you then at exactly 10, around 10:25 or 10:45 actually, or 10 a.m. Let me just not be specific with the timing, but it's actually after this short quick break.